Hello, hello, hello. This is Darkwing. As you can see near my username, I have recently achieved a rating of 2100 and I'm very happy about it. I spent the whole day playing chess and I had some terrible losses and some alright wins. And after a lot of stubbornness and a lot of playing, I reached my goal. And I want to share the game that got me to 2100. It wasn't significant, but I think it was pretty interesting. There were winning chances for both sides, and we both missed tactics. But let's see what happened. So we have a caro-kann. I like this opening. It's pretty simple to play, and yeah, it's straightforward opening where you get easy development, and there are some tricky lines like the alien gambit or um, similar gambits where you sacrifice on F. But other than that, then I think it's pretty easy to play. So we have what's called the Panov attack, and I decided just to capture the C pawn. Um, just get rid of it and then develop normally. I want to get my dark square bishop out, castle, and then see what white is going to play. But I played this too fast, and I actually missed a tactic here that I've played a lot of times myself as white, so it's very sloppy. I missed it, but this move here is a mistake. And if you want to pause the video and see if you can find out why it's a mistake, go ahead. And if you just want to see the solution, here it comes. This is a mistake because it drops a pawn, and and black loses castling rights. And it is, of course, because of this move here. Bishop takes f7, king takes, now knight e6, and the king is under attack, so I have to move. And after the king moves, we see that white has two attackers on this piece, while black only has one defender. So the knight captures, and if I capture back, take with the queen, wouldn't be the best way of playing. Better is just to develop the knight here, but still, white has something that's very close to a winning edge. It's 1.9, so basically a one position for white. If he had seen it, but lucky for me, he did not. He castled, and I think I realized here that I actually made a mistake, a tactical mistake. So I played e6 here, and it's all right. It's all right. Still a little better for white, but playable. He gives a tick with the queen. I block. I want to get castle as fast as possible, so I just develop my bishop. He took my knight. I thought he would actually take my bishop. I thought that would make a lot of sense. Because bishops, they're pretty good and stuff. And usually half a point better than a knight. Bishops are especially good in the endgame, I feel, because they can go from one side of the board to the other with just one move, while the process is quite a lot slower for a knight. But he captures here, I capture back, and I wasn't particularly concerned about getting my king to d7, because he will have to trade queens with me if he wants to take away my castling right. And even so, I can probably still, just get my rook here and then, go to e8, and then kind of looks like I've castled. So trade pieces, and he plays his knight here. I take a little bit of space here on the queen side, pushes his pawn, which I think makes a lot of sense. Because potentially he could, you know, get rooks here on the E and the D file and harass my king. Right now, though, it's not the biggest concern because I have a bishop controlling the square. I play this forward, and in retrospective, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess I wanted to win this pawn here, but after this he takes with check, and then yeah, then it might look a little silly. I mean, it is closer to being promoted, but if I could redo it, I think I would. Here he's threatening to win the exchange with this fork, so I just protect it. Yet another dude here. You really want to go there, so I put my bishop here. And now he's not able to do it. Gives a check. I move out of danger. Goes here. I played this move. I think my point was to, I don't know, shuffle to h7 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why I went back there. This just drops a pawn. If I go here, what's he gonna do? Ah, he's gonna take here. Right, alright, so that's why I didn't do it. If I go here, he's winning a pawn, and that is pretty annoying. So I went back. Well, he's still winning a pawn, so at this point I am struggling a little bit. And I was very fortunate here, because yet some pretty good moves. Actually, this is completely one position for white, but he played too fast. He got a little too hooked on the idea of winning the exchange. What he should have done instead is capture the bishop, then give this check, centralize his rooks, attack my rook, and here in this position I have an isolated pawn that's probably going to be pretty hard to defend. My rooks are, this one is active, but his king is very safe, and these pawns are all connected with other pawns, so it's going to be very difficult for me to defend this. And the engine gives it 2.9. So if he had played this particular way, I think I would resign in a couple of moves. I mean, I would still fight a little bit, right? But this is very hard to play for black. But I was very lucky because he decided to go for this rook. But the problem is that I'm getting 2 minor pieces for the rook, and that's usually not a good idea for the one losing the 2 minor pieces. So I grab his knight, he grabs my rook, and I take his bishop. And now, all of a sudden, I have a winning edge. These bishops are gonna be so annoying to play against because they are gonna cover so many squares. So I just put my bishop here. It's a very nice place where it can't really be, it controls a lot of squares. And if you wanna, sack the exchange, then he's just completely losing. So this bishop is not going anywhere. And this is the last nail in the coffin, because this bishop was pinned before, now it's not. So I get to pick up the rook and then just improve my pieces and try to win as much material as I can. So now that I have my rook here, he has no way of stopping me from grabbing this pawn. So I snag that pawn and then make sure that he doesn't do anything fancy here. If he plays forward, we just capture it with the rook, and he's got absolutely nothing. So I'll just forward the moves a little bit so you can see how it ended. And in this position he resigned because queen is coming in on h3, and that's gonna be a checkmate. So yeah, that's it. That's how the game went. Few missed tactics here and there, but overall an interesting game, I think. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.